live, that means I have moved over to the Twitch stream to start the reaction radio, and I have pinned that link in the comments. Right, okay, so this is my first time ever streaming on a phone before, so I hope that came up okay, that beginning bit. This is a new ground to me. Hello, Deep Blue Hugh. How's it going, mate? You say back from your vacation to Boston area on your own. Such a good trip. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it, mate. Pete, hello, hi. I seem to have missed some shenanigans last week. I was in Oxford watching the lottery winners at the O2. Amazing. Were they good? How was it? What's occurring, Dan? Yeah, a fair bit to be fair. So last week I was in London and I went to the Dimash pre-party and then the Dimash concert at Wembley. It was amazing. Got to meet loads of people. It was very hectic and very fun. And then I flew to Morocco where I now am. I'm now in North Africa, and yeah, it's been a wild couple of weeks. I also have a crazy cold at the moment. Came down with it sort of yesterday morning, maybe the evening before that, and it started with like swollen glands, and now it's developed to a streaming nose and a fuzzy head. But I am powering through. I had to get down to a pharmacist and do my best charades, to kind of act out what was wrong with me, and we were not getting anywhere. She was rubbish at charades, and when it was her turn to act, nothing, wooden, honestly, is what I said to her. But we got there eventually, and yeah, so she's loaded me up with pills, so that's really, really good. Um, Deep Blue Hugh says, "Yeah, you sound like you just woke up." Yeah, yeah, I've been awake all day. I've been having one of those days where I've had like meetings and I've been teaching, and in between all of those things, I have been lying face down on the sofa, just like, ugh. But I'm not gonna let it stop me. I've made myself a little coffee here in this tiny little mug. Hmm. It reminds me of when I used to work in care homes. You could never get like a good mug of tea or coffee. It was always these teeny little things that, yeah. I like a massive mug when it comes to coffee myself. I'll enjoy it for a long time. Hello, cute unicorn chaos. How you doing? Art Noxon, glad you saw Dimash. It was so cool. I got to meet his parents as well, and that was fantastic. Hello, Miani. Hey, how's it going? I met Miani in London right after the Dimash concert. Hello, Miani. It was such a pleasure to meet you. Honestly, I was overwhelmed when I met you. I was like, it like took me a moment for the penny to drop, and I was like, oh, Miani, like, wow, you're here. It was so cool. I keep looking over here to see the chat, but I can actually see it's down here. I'm just distracting myself now. I'm gonna close that. So basically, I'm doing some new stuff here because like with streaming on the phone and everything, and doing it on YouTube because I want to help people transition to Twitch. So to explain that, last week we were doing reaction radio as usual, and toward the end of the stream I got hit by like a second copyright thing. That's been happening more and more recently on my streams on YouTube. And this time I got like a notification like you have a warning on your account. It's not a copyright strike, but it almost is, and if you get another warning, that's a copyright strike. So it was kind of brown trousers time a little bit, squeaky bum time. I had to do like this kind of awareness survey to demonstrate that I understood what it all meant and everything. But the warning is there till like February, and I just thought, how about I try on Twitch so I'm not putting my whole YouTube channel in danger. And everybody followed me over there on the Saturday, which was amazing. Thank you so much. And it went really, really well, didn't it? Like, the quality was really good. The chat was really good. There was less pressure on me in a way because the Wi-Fi is pretty good here where I am in Marrakesh. But it's sometimes it cuts out for like 10 seconds. Now, if I'm streaming on YouTube, that's the end of the stream, and I've got to start up a new video. You guys have got to find the video. It's a whole thing. On Twitch, it's just one link, and so if I go down for a second, if I'm just like, then I'll just unfreeze, and you don't have to come find me. Just I'll be right back, you know. So that's much better, and I don't have the fear of getting a copyright strike. You know, you can get copyright strikes on Twitch, but it's not connected to my YouTube, so my YouTube is safe, you know. And I think it's best to spread these things, and that's what I've kind of been learning throughout this journey. And when the UMG sort of crisis happened, I started a Patreon, I started shifting focus more to independent artists. But then, you know, it's difficult to do that 100% of the time. Sometimes requests are going to come in that aren't independent artists. And in that case, you know, I don't want to be constantly in a position of going, oh no, let's not do that, let's not do that. You know, because like, it can disrupt the fun and you know, the enjoyment of it. So I figure just branching out, expanding to Twitch is a great way to really make this all work and make it work safely. Phoenix says, hello Phoenix, I downloaded Twitch just for you, Dan. Thank you so much, Phoenix. Hang on, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get this link back up again because I can only see a couple of comments. I knew there's a reason I'd done it. Let me see, it's easier for me to scroll up and everything here. Okay. Let me scroll up a little bit, see what I've missed while I've been yammering on. Deeply Hugh says, I was wondering the other Cambridge this past week. I love Cambridge, Massachusetts. I've played 4 concerts in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and they were amazing. First Church, beautiful venue. Did you get to check out First Church? That place is amazing. The acoustics were, and we had a whole choir performing with us. It was, that was an experience. I absolutely love Cambridge. And the whole time I felt like I was in Good Will Hunting, you know? Especially sort of going around like Harvard campus and like Longy Bard School of Music and stuff, because I was kind of coming there as an outside musician. I felt like I shouldn't be there in a way. It was, I don't know, but it was cool. I liked it a lot. Hello. Hey Pete, Miani says, you were overwhelmed. It was great meeting you. I was. Hello, Belle Newman. Hi, lovely to meet you at the pre-party in London. Thanks for coming. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you too, Belle, and I had the best time in London, honestly. Hello, Ems. How's it going? Deep Blue Hugh says, I love your idioms. Brown trousers. Haven't heard that one before. Yeah, we've got a lot of these in England. Good evening from Wales. Hello, David. How's it going, mate? Pete says, if that warning lasts for 3 months, it is a strike. Trust me, I've had 2 of them and had to go through the training stuff. Yeah, the training stuff was a bit long. It tells me that it's not a strike. It says it's a warning, but I don't know. I just want to be really cautious with it. So Twitch may be a temporary, answer, maybe like something we try for a bit, or it might be a permanent solution. Either way, I don't know. If everybody's happy and it's working, I'm happy. If everybody's happy, I'm happy. You know what I mean? It's all good. And so yeah, in about sort of 15 minutes or so, we'll be crossing over to Twitch, right? So I'll end this stream and I'll be starting a new stream over there, and then we'll begin reactions. I thought I would start this like half an hour earlier than usual, and just to kind of explain what's going on. Anybody, just probably for the first few weeks of doing this, or maybe this is something I do every time, you know, maybe we start with a chat and then go on to the reactions. Maybe that'll be fun. I don't know. I'm enjoying this so far. But it might be a good way to kind of do a roundup, you know, and then move on to Twitch from here. Phoenix says, you're just going to try to outrun the music police by switching from one platform to the other. Yeah, exactly. Hello, good morning, Jay. Early start indeed. Deeply Hugh says, so many old buildings there in Massachusetts, in Cambridge. Yeah, for an American. Absolutely. It feels, Cambridge, Massachusetts is probably the closest you can feel to being in England. It reminds me a little bit of Cambridge, you know, in England. It's very cool. A lot of brick buildings, red brick. M says, I thought it was great on Twitch. I noticed on the videos uploaded later that the chat was out of enlarged and not always easy to read. At least it wasn't the Lolly Ren one. Interesting. Okay. It was out of enlarged. What, it was smaller, really? I might have to watch that. Only an observation, not a complaint. No, I appreciate positive feedback. Thank you. Anything I can do to make anything better, I'm not going to take any kind of offence, Em, so I really appreciate that. Also saw Lolly Wren commented on your reaction. How cool! How cool indeed! Yeah, I thought that was amazing. It really moves me whenever an artist comments on a reaction video, and for Lolly to comment on it, I just thought it was really, yeah, it really touched me, and I really appreciated it. She's incredibly talented. Miani says, as long as we can continue the reaction radio somewhere, it doesn't really matter where. That's awesome. Thank you, Miani. It's nice to hear that. Jay says, worked fine last week, also shorter lag. There were a ton of benefits, honestly, on Twitch. I really enjoyed it. David says, I'll try and get onto Twitch for next week, Dan, but I'm leaving soon to drive to Leicester this evening. No worries, David. Have a good journey. Be safe. What was I teaching earlier? I was teaching? Wow, I hope I was teaching well. You guys are in for an interesting evening. I'm going to try and get my words together. I do mentoring for different creative things, and this one was filmmaking. Sometimes it's music, songwriting, composition, production, and sometimes it's filmmaking, and this was screenwriting and all of that kind of formatting and everything, and general storytelling for young people. It's a lot of fun. I get a lot out of it. This is a good way to start, says Cute Unicorn Chaos. I agree. This is nice. And I think, I might be wrong, but I think streaming on a phone actually kind of gets people together more. Again, wording. I think it goes out to more people, doesn't it? Like, it comes up on shorts and stuff like that. People can choose to stay and that kind of thing. That might be a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. It's funny on YouTube, like, releasing shorts is a totally different experience to releasing full-length videos. Full-length videos goes to you guys, and it's a lot of new audience as well, but generally an audience who kind of wants to see the content, whereas shorts, I feel, just go out to the masses. You're more likely to get a lot of if you're going to get any negativity, it's going to come on the comments of a shorts video rather than a long one. That's been my experience. Chat window is a bit zoomed in, cut off edges. Yeah, I felt that. I might have a little play around to see if I can fix that while we're streaming right at the beginning. It might take me a second, but yeah. Phoenix says, yikes, trying to find a username for Twitch. Everything I try is unavailable. Hopefully I can get there before the live. Hello, Claire. How's it going? Good to have you. And speaking of artists commenting on reactions, the Father of Peace video that you requested last week, which I've been listening to about 5 times a day ever since, by the way, they commented on that. That's the first video I've posted of a reaction to them. I need to post the other 2 as well. And I've been listening to more of that second one, that where can I find you? That one. They're really growing on me more and more. But yeah, they commented on the video, which I was super excited about, and their comment made absolutely no sense, which I was also really happy about, because they are who they are and their comment shouldn't make any sense. So yeah, happy days. Hot bird levitating. Pete says, you drinking mushroom tea there? I wish, sir. No, it is cheap black instant coffee. Dream Theatre are from Massachusetts, Dan. Are they really? I didn't know that. Chaz Y UK, only just joined, Dan, so I want to say hi. Never been on Twitch, not sure about that one, but we'll support you on YouTube at the moment. Wishing you well with anything you do. I am a voice play and Jeff Castellucci fan. I love it. Hello, and welcome. Thank you so much. If you want to try Twitch out, I've pinned the link in the chat, but totally fine if you don't want to. I really appreciate your support on YouTube. That really means a lot, and thank you for commenting. It's really nice to hear from you, mate. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Um, and Pete says, I'm Chuck McCaber on Twitch from years ago. Claire says, yay, that's A Stan. I have another one for you. Awesome. Thank you. Because I can't listen to any more. I've been listening to those 3 songs so much. You got the job. Hey, that's amazing. Oh, congratulations, Claire. I'm so happy for you. I knew you would. That's awesome news. That's awesome. Oh, I love it. Congratulations. That's so cool. Well, you clearly did a great job in the interview. And yeah, I'm sure everybody here is very happy to hear that. We're all rooting for you, Claire. That's great news. Ah, that's made my day. Pete says, Twitch is really good. I've been on there for a number of years with no issues. Awesome. I think I saw a comment somewhere about, is the roster full? Pete says, is your request roster full for tonight? If not, I'll buy some coffees. I think we've got about 20 lined up. So I would say put some requests in if you want to. And there's a sort of 50-50 chance they might go on to the beginning of Saturday, tomorrow's live stream. So it's up to you. You can either kind of put them in tomorrow or put them in tonight. We might get to them at the end of the stream. They might kind of roll over. But yeah, I think we've got about 20 lined up at the moment. But yeah, I'm once we get onto the reactions, we'll go. I reckon we'll do 20. Unless my brain completely shuts down and this coffee doesn't do its job at all. As I said at the beginning of the stream, I am suffering with a cold at the moment. But since I've started streaming, I'm waking up. I'm coming to life. It's good. You should have seen me half an hour ago. I couldn't string a sentence together. So yeah, good things. Jay says, I would like to switch one of mine if it's not a huge hassle. Absolutely, Jay, of course. Anything you need. Claire says, thanks, Dan. I celebrated with a cup of tea and a mince pie. Bonza. I love it. Brilliant. Now Marrakesh being here is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it here. I love Morocco. I love the people here. Everybody has been so friendly and so welcoming. My wife and I were going around the souk, like the main souk yesterday, and it's honestly, every area of it is split up into different sections. So you have like the basket making section, you have the carpet section, the steel work section, and you can see everybody crafting everything by hand. There's sparks flying everywhere, there's fires burning, there's the smells and the spices and everything. There was a woman walking around, she had this thing on her head that carried all these biscuits, and she was carrying loads of biscuits. You drop a coin on, you get a biscuit, have a bit of a chat, and the street food, and it's so cheap and so good, and the meat, amazing. There's cats everywhere, little kittens everywhere, all really clean, really healthy. Everybody's taking care of them. It's a real experience, honestly. And I was worried, I'll be honest, before I came here, that going to the souk, going into the old city and everything was going to be a bit overwhelming, a little bit like, intense, I suppose. And it really wasn't. It was actually very quiet. Everybody was very friendly. It wasn't, everybody was very respectful. Like, you need to know how to haggle and everything, and do the whole, like, haggling for some shoes for Amy, and this guy was like, oh, this much, and I was like, oh, 150, and he's like, no, and I'm like, okay, and I just started walking away. He was like, okay, 150. You have to be able to get into that frame of mind and not sweat too much, because some people will really try and sweat you for extra money, but like, haggling is all part of the game, and it's good fun. We did get into a little bit of bother with a man with a cobra. That was because I think Amy sort of accidentally filmed the snake. She was kind of panning around the market, and this guy saw her camera and then came running at us like, you've got to give me money now because you've taken a photo of my snake. I wasn't having any of it. I was like, absolutely not. Poor snake. Oh man, yeah, it was. It's crazy though. I must say, I've never seen a load of cobras before, especially in the middle of a market. It was something. It was something. Chaz UK says, might give it a go, Peter, thank you. Just joined Discord, that's a whole new world for me, so baby steps for now. Absolutely no rush, Chaz. Whenever you're ready, come over. Deeply Hugh says, once you get over the hump of signing up at Twitch, it's easy to utilise. Pete says, okay, keep an eye on your BMAC feed, will do. Phoenix, yeah, you got signed up and found you on Twitch. Deeply Hugh says, I'm so jealous, that sounds amazing. I love cultural differences. Me too, me too. Who's really the snake? Indeed, indeed. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was very exciting. I got this lovely linen shirt as well. Haggled that down. And to be fair, I think linen's like worth quite a bit, isn't it? Like a linen shirt, 100% linen. I don't know what good is. I think I got it for about £8 or something in the end. Which I kind of bartered down from about £25. M says, snakes would have me straight out of there and paying all my cash to make him go away. Yeah, cobras are, the moment I saw it, I was like, it was so still. Just gently swaying like that, just jet black and like, weird feeling indeed. And I nearly got knocked over by a donkey. It's really mad. It's really like, it's a lot of fun. Deeply Hugh says, especially when it's handcrafted, as that likely was, absolutely. Jay says, apologies, not sure if I missed anything, phone call. Just me waffling, mate. We're just gathering together. So yeah, we're going to be moving on to Twitch very, very shortly. If you have just joined, that's what we're doing here. Just kind of having a little roundup, doing a little assembly before we get over to Twitch. Yeah, you can absolutely switch a song, Jay. What was your original request so I can find it? And let me just see if I have any other requests here. I can see we've got Father of Peace from Claire. Love these guys. Easy now. Okay. Get that on the list. Howdy, Renee. Hello. Thank you so much for stopping by, Chaz UK. Thank you for the welcome. I have to dip out now. Just wanted to see if I can do this and say hi. Thank you, and see you all soon. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you stopping by, and have a great day. Peace. Jay says, the doomed switch to so long, and thanks for all the fish. Still the perfect circle. Let me find your perfect circle. Aha! So from the doomed, we are now changing that to so long and thanks for all the fish. I'll get that sorted right now. Would you like the official video or the audio? Whoa, I just looked back and looked at myself. I look very, very serious concentrating there. Intense concentration face. David says, enjoy the stream, Dan and chat. Take care. Looking forward to the Dream Theater reaction, Dan. Awesome. Laters, everyone. Peace out, dude. M says, hi, Renee. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Just had one conversation with work I've been dreading. This one is more upbeat, sort of. Well, I hope the conversation with work went well. Audio, please. Worry video will truncate. Gotcha. Okay, that is lined up. And it is now 6:24. If you have just joined, the Twitch link is in the comments, pinned in the comments. Goodness gracious. Right, come on, Dan. Focus, 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 focus. We got this, everybody. Trying to think if there's any other news, really. I'm sure there is. But yeah, maybe for another day. Okay. I think... Do you know what? I might just start the stream now. And then you guys can head on over. I am now live on Twitch. Let me see. Where am I? Watch now. Welcome to the chat room. Okay. One, two. Just realised I'm not mic'd up on Twitch, so some people are just getting complete silence. Oh, thank you so, so much, Deeply Hugh. That's so kind of you. Mate. You legend. That's so, so nice. Thank you very, very much. Deeply Hugh just gifted 5 memberships on YouTube. That's really, really nice of you, mate. Oh, man. Okay. So, I can see Pete's Buy Me a Coffee has just come through. Let me get that loaded up. Can everybody see me, hear me on Twitch? How's that all looking? Got some more rocky stuff here. Good, good, good. Let me get that loaded up in there. At the drive-in. And Skunk and Nancy. Hell yeah. Alright, we're getting into some good music tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is quite weird being live. Hey. This is quite weird being live on YouTube over here and on Twitch over here. It's fun. I will be closing this stream in just a second. Okay, got those. Okay. I'm going to try. I'm going to try and sort the chat out. But yeah, okay. I think we are good. Can you hear me on Twitch now? Still can't hear me? 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, that's because you're not turned on. Okay, how about now? Can we hear me on Twitch now? I'm sorry about that. I knew there would be one thing turned off somewhere. Okay, now, how many people we got? 15 people on Twitch. There's 12 on YouTube. And Vocal now, that's coming through. I love it. Awesome. Alrighty, everybody. Let's get into it. Just got to figure out how to stop this now. Wish me luck. Peace and love.